Welcome everybody. My name is Megan Silva, and this is Case 1 for Management 5100 at California State University Stanislaus, and this is the Fall 2020 semester. Today we will be reviewing the Rockpile Grape Growers Association. Let's begin. To get familiar with the Rockpile AVA, which stands for American Viticultural Area, I'm going to give a brief overview of its history. To begin, wine grapes were first planted as early as 1872. Years later, the first vineyards were planted by S.P. Hallengren, a Swedish immigrant. The family of Hallengren now farms nearly 700 acres within the AVA and other regions. Most of the grapes grown in the AVA are Zinfandel. As you can see on the right, I have included a timeline of events that occurred in the AVA, spanning all the way back to pre-1850 and as current as 2002. I am now going to make specific recommendations that I feel will help the Rockpile AVA to achieve their goals. Their three main goals that I will be covering are increasing name recognition, finding a unique niche or specialty that they can emphasize in marketing, and helping their wineries grow in size and getting their bottles in major wine shops and supermarkets. Let's begin with increasing name recognition. To begin, Rockpile is an unappealing name. I believe the members of the Rockpile Grape Growers Association should consider coming together and requesting a name change for the AVA. Rockpile received its AVA status in 2002. While this name has been established for a number of years, it is not an appealing name. When people think of California's wine country, they think of luxury, like Napa or Sonoma. Rockpile is not an appealing name and does not draw people in. While this may be a difficult task to accomplish, it could be very beneficial for their image and increase their grocery store sales. Next, I believe Rockpile should increase its advertising on social media sites. This is a very inexpensive way to promote, and it has become extremely popular in the marketing world today. Third, the Rockpile Grape Growers Association website should be updated to make it more visually appealing. This will also help to increase the amount of social media interactions. If an ad pops up for the AVA and a Facebook or Instagram user sees a brown site with a pile of soil as the backdrop, they are probably not going to be interested in clicking further. However, if they see beautiful rolling hills covered in vineyards with a gorgeous sunset behind it, they are more likely to continue clicking. To help you visualize what I mean, let me hop over to the current Rockpile Grape Growers website so you can see what it looks like. As you can see, the brown color dominates the screen, coupled with the soil. While there is a slideshow of a few photos highlighting the area, much work can be done on the site to increase its aesthetics. Let's move back to the presentation. Finally, the members of the AVA should partner with monthly wine subscription services, such as Wink, to get the wines more exposure. These websites work by having customers answer a few questions to get a better understanding of their preferred flavors, and then sending them multiple bottles of wine monthly. This would help get their name out there to a new audience and increase grocery store sales for people who enjoyed their wine from the subscription box and want more immediately. Next, we will look at how the AVA can find a unique niche or specialty that they can emphasize in marketing. To begin, the AVA should open a winery in the region to attract guests. The winery should offer a variety of packages at various prices, including tours of the winery, tours of the broad AVA, and in each of these packages, the guide should be highlighting why the Rockpile AVA is special. Second, the terrain in the Rockpile AVA is rugged, which means the growing techniques in the area are different than most. Much of the vineyards are on the sides of hills, which should be highlighted to consumers through the use of pictures on their websites, wine bottle labels, and tours of the region. Finally, grapes have been grown in the region since 1872, before Rockpile was actually named an AVA. The unique history of the region should be expanded upon. Most consumers, and especially avid wine drinkers, enjoy knowing their product is coming from someone or somewhere that has years of experience in the industry. Their vast history is a unique niche that should be capitalized upon. For the final goal, we will look at helping the AVA grow in size and expand their shelf space in grocery stores and major wine shops. To start, members of the Rockpile Grape Growers Association should attend trade shows throughout the state of California and beyond if the budget allows for it. The Unified Wine and Grape Symposium, which normally takes place in Sacramento, California, is a great example of an event that the association should be in attendance at. This exposure will help the wine produced in the AVA to sell more bottles and be a bigger player in the market. Next, the growers and sellers in the AVA should consider creating different priced wines to appeal to different market segments. This will allow the Rockpile name to be seen in the lower and higher priced wine markets. Some people are on a lower budget and cannot afford high priced wines, while others prefer to enjoy a premium bottle. If Rockpile can appeal to more than one segment, their name will be listed in various markets. Finally, with the emergence of seltzer products in the alcohol market, which we will discuss in more detail on the next slide, the Rockpile growers and bottlers should consider expanding their product lines to include a seltzer product. However, this should only be done if it makes sense for the Rockpile brand image. Finally, I'm going to make an overall assessment of the major threats that the Rockpile wineries will face in the 2014 wine industry. To begin, we will talk about the threat of climate change. Wine grapes are very sensitive to temperature changes, and as we continue to experience climate change, it will be more difficult to grow grapes in California. According to a December 2014 Wine Economics and Policy article titled "The Impact of Climate Change on the Global Wine Industry: Challenges and Solutions," author Michelle Moselle said by 2100 it is possible that the United States could lose up to 81% of its premium wine grape acreage. In California, warming temperatures and a reduction in fresh water in the next half-century may deliver an enormous loss of land suitable for premium grape production, especially in Napa and Santa Barbara counties, where land loss could be near 50% of current acreage. So as a California wine grower, it is imperative to constantly monitor and compare grape production with past years to evaluate whether it is profitable to continue growing in the region. Next, we will discuss the threat of inventory damage. California is prone to earthquakes and wildfires. A 2014 earthquake in Napa is an example of the damage that could potentially be done to the vineyards and established wineries in the state. According to an August 2014 Wine Spectator article titled "Earthquake Strikes Napa Valley," author Tim Fish said, "Two 10,000-gallon tanks at the Hess Collection were damaged, according to James Caudle, Director of Publicity and Hospitality. One leaked wine while the other crumpled and ruptured. Almost 15,000 cases of Cabernet Sauvignon 2013 spilled onto the floor and flooded a garden courtyard." Tom Montgomery, a winemaker at B.R. Kahn in Glen Ellen, told the Associated Press that his winery lost as much as 50% of its wine. It is imperative wineries and growers do as much as they can to prepare for these events, especially in the California region where the vineyards are vast and the potential for these dangerous events is high. Finally, we will look at the threat of alternatives to drinking wine. Seltzer drinks are emerging in the alcohol market, and they are causing wine retailers to see a reduction in sales. Seltzers have lower calories, less sugar, and fewer amounts of carbs than most wines do. The refreshing taste, the ease of drinking out of a can, and the caloric content make seltzers an attractive alternative to wine. To summarize, today I discussed 10 ways the Rockpile AVA can achieve their three main goals. I also discussed the major threats in the 2014 wine industry. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you for viewing.